Hi guys, I'm Steph. Thank you so much for checking out my channel today. Before we get into it, I just feel like I need to do the obligatory please subscribe if you enjoy what you see today. It would really mean a lot to me. So today's video is all about my travel makeup. So just to give you kind of a rundown of what my travels were, I did a road trip to Halifax, which is about an 18-hour drive, so it took about 2 days. I spent some time there, and then I flew to Europe where I had a week of really intense traveling. I went to Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Antwerp, and Brussels, and then I was in London, UK for about a week. And I love makeup. I have a whole channel dedicated to it, so I was like, I'm going to be wearing makeup. I love it so much. It brings me a lot of joy, but I found that when I was traveling, especially when I was going through a city like every day, every 2 days, I just didn't prioritize makeup. I wanted to get out there, see the cities, experience them, and I just didn't want to dedicate the time to makeup. I felt like I didn't have like a nice setup. It's annoying to take like all your stuff out of your suitcase, put it all back in, so it's just like an extra step I didn't want to do. I think I wore makeup like once, maybe twice, like when I was like going out, but not on an everyday basis. However, when I was in London, I was wearing makeup every day because it was more like chill. I was staying with a friend. It wasn't so much traveling, it was more just like relaxed, hanging with friends. So I found myself wearing makeup then. And I was really thinking I overpacked, but there might only be about like 2 to 3 items in front of me that I didn't use. So that makes me really happy, and I'm going to share with you the items I brought on my trip. A lot of these items are in project pans, though I didn't bring all my project pan items with me because I was either scared that they would break, or I just wanted a break from them, or I just actually forgot them, which is the case with one, which is really unfortunate. But I had enough makeup. I loved my looks every single day. The first item is my primer. This is in my current project pan. I'm gonna not say that for every single item because I feel like it's gonna get redundant. This is the NYX Angel Veil. So I really like this. It's just a great all-over primer. It really does a great job. It gives us a nice even base to kind of go in with the foundation. I do find it actually is quite pore filling. I think it's just it's a nice go-to. Don't have to fuss with it. Gets the job done. Next is foundation, and I wanted to be mindful to not bring anything in a glass bottle because I was going to be traveling a lot. I didn't want anything to break, so I brought the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte, and this is only in the shade 101, which is the fairest shade, and I got like a little bit of color, so this was a tad too light, so I actually mixed in this darker concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10 Light, so I would mix a bit of this on my hand, make like a little cocktail, and then go in with a sponge all over my face, and I found like it was a pretty good color match, and it let me use up 2 products. And sometimes I would use this for spot correcting, a little bit under the eye maybe, but I brought another concealer for that. I brought the Collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer, and this is in the shade 1 Fair. Glad I had it with me. It is a great under eye brightener, definitely a very fair shade. Next, for bronzers, I did bring my ColourPop Super Chic in Bon Voyage. This is in my project pan, so I really wanted to bring it, make sure I'm getting as much use out of it as possible because I really wanted to finish it up. And the next 2 bronzers I brought were powder bronzers, and these aren't in any project, but they're small little travel sizes, which makes sense for traveling. The first one is the Tarte Hotel Heiress, and I got this in a duo with this and a highlighter, and Exposed, I think it is. Anyway, so this is it. It's quite a reddish, orangey type bronzer, so I like to use this just to warm up the face a little bit, but when I wanted to kind of do like some light contouring, I used the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. This just has more of a neutral undertone, a little bit yellowy, I think, as opposed to red, but it really gets the job done, so I would use both of these at the same time or just pick one. It was nice to have a little bit of option without them taking up too much space. For blush, this is in my summer project. This is the Annabelle Perfect Cream Blush. This is in the shade Coral, and this is nice. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just for kind of giving a little life to the cheeks. I kind of really love cream blush. I'm starting to find I just think it gives such a pretty glow to the cheeks, and I do sometimes put a powder blush on top of it. Sometimes I don't. Today I am wearing this, and I do have another blush on top, but I think it just gives a really pretty effect to the cheeks, so I'm glad I brought that. I ended up bringing 2 powder highlighters, and I'm really not sure if I needed to. The first one is by Tarte. It's one of their Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes, and this is in the shade Majesty. So this is also quite a coral peachy blush, and I thought it would just kind of amplify the peachy coralness of the cream blush if I really wanted that type of look. And the second blush I brought was Honey by No. 7, and this is just a very neutral blush. I think it just goes with a lot of looks. It's easy to pair. It helped tone down the coral or bring the coral like more of a pinkiness, so it was really great for that, mixing them together, getting some different types of shades. So I like that I did have a few options with the blush, but I probably only needed to bring 1 powder blush. For highlighter, surprisingly enough, I only brought a single palette. I meant to bring my Benefit What's Up, but I totally forgot about it. I thought I packed it and I didn't, and I was kind of devastated because that is proving to be quite a challenge. But I brought my Sleek Solstice palette. So it has a cream highlighter and then 3 powders. So I would use the cream one as the base and then go in with one of the powder highlights. They are quite blinding, which I was on vacation. I kind of love a blinding highlight. I feel like I can't really wear it to work. Sometimes at school it's not the most appropriate. I am wearing that palette today. I'm not sure if it's really picking up from this far away, but it is beautiful. I still had some purple in my hair, so having that purple highlight shade right here was so beautiful. I really loved pairing that together. I felt like a little fairy. It was just really awesome. I think I really enjoyed that look, so I'm glad that I was able to get a lot of looks just from this one palette. I did bring a second highlighter, but I don't use it as a highlighter. This is the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. This is also in my summer project. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this highlight, and I think it's just like the tad too dark for me to actually use as a highlight in the traditional sense on like the high points of the cheeks. So I kind of like to use this as a finishing powder, just going in all over my face, giving everything a nice glow. Speaking of powders, I brought the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. So it's just a tiny little container that is a loose powder, perfect for setting the under eyes for traveling. I really like loose powders under the eyes. I feel like it gives them a very nice airbrushed effect, but I didn't want to be bringing a whole container, so this little product came in super handy. As for the powder I was using all over my face, that would be the Rimmel Stay Matte. This has, you can't even see the writing on it anymore. There's a lot of progress on this, but I knew it was going to be really hot. Did not know it was going to be that. It was crazy hot in Europe. I was super surprised. I just like was not expecting it. It was hard. I'm not someone who really loves the heat, so, but I mean it's summer. I guess I should have expected as much, but this powder came in really handy. I'm really glad I had a pressed powder. Moving on to brows, I brought 2 brow products. I had just dyed my hair, so I wasn't quite sure what was going to work. So I have the NYX Micro Brow in Ash Brown, and I was worried at first it would be a bit too dark. I am wearing this combo in my eyebrows today, and I think it looks quite nice. It's definitely probably lighter than I would have worn with my brown hair, but I think as a blonde, like, it doesn't look too dark, like it's not too much of a contrast, but it's not too light either. And the brow gel I'm using is the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Blondie Brows, and this is just a fiber gel. It's really great. It gives the eyebrows a little bit of fibers, giving them a bit more volume, and it also has a nice color to it. So sometimes I just go in with this, but I was really happy I had the 2 of them. It was like the perfect brow routine. Now this is an area I probably went overboard: eyeliners. So the ones I used was the NYX Eye and Eyebrow Pencil in white. This is in my project pan. I've been using it all year. Same with this one. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate in Aubergine, and I pretty much use these 2 exclusively. I think I may have used these once. I honestly can't even recall. I really did not need to bring them, but I brought a nude one just in case, and this is the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil, but I probably could have done without it. Additionally, this one I could have done without. This is the Annabelle Waterline Matte in Lavender. And I really like this eye pencil, but it just, like I said, I might have used it once. It probably wasn't something I needed to bring with me. For mascaras, I brought my e.l.f. Mascara Primer. I really like priming my eyes, especially if I'm using a mascara that might be on its last legs, is starting to kind of dry up, flake a bit. I really feel like the primer helps everything adhere to the lashes. I just really like it. It's just an extra little step, but I enjoy it. In my summer project, I have the Natural Collection Definition Mascara. I really like this mascara. I'm wearing it on my lashes today. It just gives a nice natural look to the lashes. Nothing too much, a little bit of volume, mostly definition. Some length, not too much curl. It's just like a nice standard lash. But when I really wanted to give my lashes those extra drama, extra volume, I had the Clinique High Impact Mascara. It was just a little travel one, but it was really great for those times when I really wanted to pump up my lashes. It's just a bit of a fuller brush. I'm not sure if you can really tell from this far away, but it's really nice. I like it. It gives some nice volume and drama to the lashes, like I said. I brought 2 eyeshadow primers. The first one is just my e.l.f. I don't even know what it's called. It's just the regular cheap eyeshadow primer. And then I also brought my NYX glitter primer just because I had some eyeshadows that I noticed work better with the glitter primer. Speaking of eyeshadows, so when I went to Halifax, I ended up bringing my Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions, the Mauve Obsessions, and the Tartelette in Bloom. I kind of went a little eyeshadow crazy. I just thought these ones would be so good for travel. I was a little concerned because the shimmers in here are quite delicate. I'm not sure if you can see them. So I was worried about flaking or just crumbling and breaking while I traveled with them. Luckily, that did not happen. But when I went to Europe, I actually didn't bring the Warm Brown Obsessions because when I was in Halifax, I picked up the Coral Obsessions. This was such a beautiful palette to be traveling with in the summer. I really love it. Ever since I first saw it, I had my eyes on it, and I'm really glad that I was able to pick it up before my trip. So when I went to Europe, I brought the Coral Obsessions, the Mauve Obsessions, and the Tartelette in Bloom, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This was my first time really playing with this palette, and I really enjoyed it. If you'd like to see a get ready with me using the Tartelette in Bloom or the Coral Obsessions, please let me know, and I would love to do that for you. I do have a get ready with me using the Mauve Obsessions, which I'll link down below in case you're interested. In terms of overpacking, I would say I definitely use Tartelette in Bloom the most. I use Coral Obsessions maybe once or twice. And I did use the Mauve Obsessions, but only because I had it and I was like, I want to kind of use it just because it's here, but if I hadn't brought it with me, I wouldn't have missed it. A single eyeshadow I brought that I did not touch was from the Natural Collection. This is the Lilac Shimmer. It's just a really nice, like, kind of pearlized lilac color, which is so beautiful all over the lid, but I just found that I didn't reach for it. I really thought I was going to do a lot of purple looks. Honestly, I thought my hair was going to be purple longer, so I was kind of trying to cater to that a bit, which the purple washed out pretty fast, and then I was like very blonde and did not know what to do with myself. So it wasn't something I ended up using, but I mean, it took up so little space. I'm not mad at myself for packing it. Then for the setting spray, this is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I never even touched this setting spray before this trip, but I had it in my collection. It was small, easy to travel with. I didn't end up checking a bag when I went, so I had to make sure everything was under 100 milliliters and that it could all fit in my carry-on. So I really wanted a small setting spray, and I'm glad I had this with me. I think it does a very nice job of helping everything meld into the skin in terms of powder melding into the foundation, making it look like skin. In terms of it lasting longer, I don't know if I really noticed any longevity. It's hard to say because I did wear it every single day and it was under different conditions than I'm used to, but I'm really glad I had it. I've continued using it since I've been home. It is a product I like. On to lip products. If you do not know, I am like a lip junkie. I have a lip challenge going on my channel that's been going on for quite a few months now. I'm trying to wear every lip product in my collection at least once. However, I did put that project on hold just because I didn't think I would be bringing enough lip products to make it doable. I thought maybe I wouldn't be able to just capture a picture every day because I'd be busy. So I put the project on hold, and the majority of lip products I brought with me were actually products I've already worn this year. 3 of them were not, 7 of them were. So to go quickly into what I brought with me that I've already worn, a lot of them were from like my most recent week because I guess that was what was fresher in my mind. So I brought Marc Jacobs Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This is just such a beautiful color. I really enjoy it. This is such an easy color to put on. This is e.l.f.'s Natural. It's one of like their more crayon type lip products. I really enjoy it a lot. This is something I definitely want to consider panning in the future, so I'm glad I got a bit more time with it. I am wearing this one on my lips today. This is ColourPop's Lumiere, and over top of it I've placed e.l.f.'s lip lacquer in natural. So this one is, the Lumiere's a lot brighter than I remember, so it was nice to kind of tone it down a bit with this one. Next I brought was Sephora's 37 Pink Frosting. This is just one of their lip products. I really like this. It's more of like a purpley gray type color. It's one of my favorites. I really enjoy it. Another product that I wore really recently and thought was such a beautiful nude was NYX's one of their lip lingeries in lace detail. And another one which was also very recent and I thought was beautiful was Anastasia Beverly Hills Karina. So I brought that with me. Like I said, the majority of these were in my last lip update, so I'll link that down below where I talk more in depth about them, show you lip swatches, just show you swatches on my hand so you can get a better idea of what the colors are. And then the 3 products I brought with me that I hadn't yet worn this year, and I didn't actually end up wearing like 2 of them, so oops. I brought NYX Liquid Suede Soft Spoken. I love this. I know it's like one of my favorite nudes, so I was really excited to bring that with me. I knew in my mind it was something I wanted to take. This one is Revlon's 435 Love That Pink, and it's such a beautiful bright color. I thought it would be just wonderful for the summer. However, I just didn't end up gravitating towards it. Another one I wore right before I started my lip challenge, like back in the early spring, was Ciaté's Liquid Velvet in Head Over Heels. And I really thought this was something I was going to wear, but with Karina being like such a similar kind of brighter tone, it just didn't end up happening. So these 3 are going back into the challenge to potentially be worn sometime, and the rest of them I won't be seeing for quite some time. So that's all the makeup I took with me traveling. It might seem a bit excessive, but I actually did end up using all of it, and it didn't end up taking up too much room. I think I was able to fit it all into one makeup bag. So it might seem like a lot, but it wasn't too much. I got a lot of use out of it, and I really enjoyed having these products with me. I didn't find myself longing for anything else, so that was really great. I feel like I had a good assortment. I made some good choices. While I was away, I did end up picking some stuff up, so if you want to know what I picked up, make sure you subscribe and check out tomorrow's video where I will be showing you that haul. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye!